Check out the $1 million lady. GS spins, niggas with all the wins. Baby girl, fly there and let the legs burn, nigga. Massage your skin. What's your name? Lex, last name Diamond. Icy earring shining. What's your occupation? Crazy rhyming. You's a queen killer, so I'ma feel you like eggs on. Who and jealousy is like cousins. You see me posted at the guard party. Sweat dripping on my fly shit. Rolling with some niggas robbing. What $1,000 links on? You shorty got money instead to drink. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up so hungry. I wanna see your face alone. So one like my cowboy, naked and alone. The tunes, how you like it, baby? I like you to sing. You freak me, butt naked and alone. So one like my cowboy, you wrong. Study Islam, play it off with my wife for. You're my cousin Dawn. Solomon had many wives, I see many thighs. Stab me like knives. I'm trained by your thinking eyes. Your razor, baby, this is stick up, throw your laser. Yeah. All right. It's Monday. It's Monday. I'm in the mood, so I played Joseph feeding in with the good brothers Wu-Tang. What the hell I got to do with Daddy's Lounge? Nothing. Just me being the human being I am, putting on something I want to hear. If my wife called, tell her you my cousin Dawn. Solomon had many wives. I see many thighs. Stab meat like knives. Welcome to the Troy Graham Experience. That is Lounge episode number 56. Yes, indeed, number 56. Beautiful thing. I have more episodes than I have years right now. Well, not really. But yes. So yeah, what's today's topic? Today's topic is what? Oh, my failures shall be your success. See? That's how you know that you're really ready. You just have a conversation. You don't see me reading from nothing. Like, hold on, let me read this. This is Blue Cross Blue Shield, none of your business. But you just come. I come prepared, man. I sat around for hours. And I was like, God, I got nothing to talk about. Nothing. Then I thought about doing one about something else. And then this came to me because it made more sense. We as parents or fathers, like I told my sons to make it personal, just to make it personal. Don't take it personal, but I told them that I suffered enough so you don't have to. All right? That's what I told them. I suffered enough so you don't have to. That being said, I also preached to them that I failed so much that I gained so much knowledge that I'm going to help you succeed. What's up, my good brother? Picasso, how you be? How you be? How you be? So yeah, I have the luxury of going through some trials and tribulation in my 54 years of life that when they tend to shake, rattle, and roll and take a stumble, and they come to me and say, Dad, I messed up. I did this, I did that. Walk me through it. I might not have the answer for you, but I can help you to find an answer. Okay? My answer for things will be different from your answers, but I'm here to help you find an answer. I'm not supposed to answer all your questions when you're in your 20s. Hell, you got a sister in her 30s. I don't answer all her questions. You got a cousin who came up with y'all. He's almost 30. Don't answer his questions all the time. Your uncle, same age as your sister. Don't answer his questions all the time. But I'm still a guide, right? So that's what I do. I guide. Say, how the heck your failures can lead anyone to success? You, it's in the Bible somewhere. I mean, it says, no test, no testimony. If you don't go through nothing, you'll have nothing to share. Hmm? Think about it. I've been through some things, so I could share with them. My son was on a few months back, I think show number 4. My youngest son was on show number 4, and I said to him, he was asking me about women. He's like, they seem to just use me and leave me. And I'm like, you're a handsome dude, but your problem is that you give too much of yourself too soon, too much. Too soon and too much. Women will talk to you and tell you what they need. Don't overshare with them, and don't overcompensate, and don't overgive. Let them let them show you. My other son comes to me, always want to talk business. Like, I can't tell you the name of his business because it was once mine and he has to trademark it and all that. But he remembered me telling him that when he was 10 years old about the businesses I had, right? He just said, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. Help me out. Like, even when his raps, I said, well, who, when you write your raps, where are they? He said, oh, they just in this book and they at the house. I said, no. Copy that book. Go get it copied. FedEx, Kinko's, wherever, and do a poor man's do a poor man, not a trademark, copyright, poor man copyright, where you mail it to yourself, right? You mail it to yourself, the government stamps it, so you have a time, date, and everything of when you mailed it to yourself. So now that's your official copyright. Do not open that until you have to go to court. This way, this gives you some time before you have to send it into the official copyright office in DC. You can either do that in person or you could do it online. I would prefer to do it on in person, but the older they get, the more questions they have, and we as fathers have to have something to say. We can't just tell them stories of how we failed. That's not going to help them because your failures are just foundations that you're building that will lead you to your success. And that's what I tell them. Your failures are just your foundations that will lead you to your success. Each failure is a brick. Boom, boom. Because you found the foundation is what you stand on, right? So now you found a foundation. Now you can start building one brick, two brick, three brick. Don't ever forget that cornerstone. That cornerstone is the one that keeps you up, the one you think you don't need, you know? So I tell them that the simplest thing you might think that you don't need is what's going to keep your dreams alive. Practicing for a few more minutes, getting up and run, get your win ready, practicing your timing. That's what I used to do. I used to play a song and I would write a, I would play a beat. I should say, I would play a beat and then I would write a song as that beat is playing. And then I would play out the song. I wouldn't sing it. I would talk it out at a certain pace or a poem, spoken word, when I had to go up and practice with a band. So I would get their music, play the recording of their music, right? Before I'd go do practice with them. And I would just get because there's drops and so forth when you do beats. So I had to get that timing right. Boom. So by the time I got up there, stay ready, so you don't have to be ready. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Stay ready so you don't have to be ready. And all that is simply is
getting into a routine or habit like breathing, make it natural to you, right? Yeah, thank you for that, El Chicano. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, what you do is you get into a rhythm when you practice, and then you it becomes natural to you, like breathing, and that's where your lessons to your children come in. It's just they're gonna come to you huffy and puffy, probably have their head down, say, "Look, I messed up," or "I don't know what to do here. I'm not sure if I want to do this." And my first thing I asked them is, "What drives you? You came to me to talk. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about your what you want to do, or what drives you to do it? It's two different things, right? What drives you and what you want to do is two different things, because what you want to do might not be the thing that God has for you. But what drives you, on the other hand, like me when I boxed, it drove me. I wasn't in control of the steering wheel, but I was sitting in the car. It drove me, right? All right. So that's how I used all those failures to help my children succeed. My sons. That's how I used them. Hell, I did the same thing with their sister. Her and I would talk every Sunday after power. We'd talk about power. Then she'd be like, "Well, there's this doctor at work that be hitting on me. He giving me tickets and to this play. What was that play that was out a few years ago that you couldn't get tickets to? He was a heart surgeon or African doctor, gave her them tickets to. He said he wanted to go out with her, and I was like, hmm. He's starting from high. She's like, yeah, you always taught me that most men never start from high. They start on this level, and they eventually will bring you to that level. But he started on this level, she said. I said, yeah. What else you know about him? She's like, he's a doctor, and I work with him from time to time. He always tell me I'm beautiful. Like me, you don't know nothing about him, do you? She know he got money though, don't she? Yeah. And that's what he's gonna use to get you. He's like, what? You think he could buy me? What do you know about him? Oh, I got it. She said, "Oh, I'm blinded by his wealth." Oh, you figured that out all on your own, didn't she? Why you come to me? You give me $100. It's like, I'm not gonna pay you. This is what you're supposed to do. Supposed to. Where's that written? I'm supposed to do anything. Where? Okay. So yeah, man. Just knowledge. Once you gain, don't be afraid of your failures. Is what I've learned as life goes on. Don't be afraid of your failures. Learn from them. Don't come to me crying about you failed. I say that's a blessing, because there's a lesson to be learned in it. There's a lesson to be learned in it. I mean, I've told them things like, you the reason why you can't get where you're going is because Puro, what's up? Sometimes is that you have to realize is that you the wolf howling at the moon. The moon don't howl at the wolf. So you got to keep going until you're able to jump on that moon. The moon ain't gonna come to you. You got to work your way to that moon. And when you get there, don't fall off. Okay? Once you get to that moon, that's when you can start howling, and you'll get the attention you want. The problem is once you get to that point, how do you stay on top? That's where the work comes in. How do you stay on top? Good question, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. And that's where you find out who you are. The working to get somewhere, that's hard, but it's not difficult. It's hard. Because if you have a plan, give yourself 3 years, 5 years, 3 to 5 years, you work that plan, making changes here and there, forecasting for this and for that, right? But when it gets closer to it, when you hit the 3 year mark, you should be able to see something. Should be able to say, well, okay, I can hear the difference in my voice. I can hear my growth here and there. And then you say, okay, now I'm going to do this. You don't deviate, you just up your game a little bit. So when year five comes, you did? Okay, hold on. So when year five comes, how come I don't see you? Okay, how you get past me? What's up,
Troy
bro?
Grizzy. What up,
Hey,
Troy?
I got a message you over here. I didn't even see you. It didn't even come up down here.
No, I literally just clicked the link like 5 seconds ago.
Okay, okay. Well, how you be, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, bro. I woke up this morning. That's all I need.
That's right. Amen. Yeah, but
And my daughter doing well as well. That's all. The two things I
good,
need.
good. Yeah, like I was saying, man, I the topic is, I basically from my failures I shall make them successful or make them succeed, talking about my children, right?
All right, all right.
Because if I didn't go through anything, how the hell would I be able to teach them anything? Every time they come to me, I'll be a blank slate. But because I've been through so much, I could give them some knowledge. What do you think about that?
I think you're speaking facts. The only thing is that what was I gonna say, some mileage may vary, for lack of a better term. Some young men and young women hard headed, like me. Like
Yeah.
literally, like
Mm-hmm.
I listened to all of it. I picked up on all the game that my dad put down, but still made
Mm-hmm.
some mistakes that like I shouldn't have made. But that's life. I remember. I think I heard it from the Matrix. That's that. I love this quote. It says like anybody can show you the door. You're the one that's got to walk through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
say that
That's
again.
that hits. That hits.
Say that again.
Oh, it's that anybody can show you the door. It's that it's you that has to walk through it. I think Morpheus said that
Real
to Neo.
one. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it as well. I like it as well, and that's fact, man.
Yeah. I like that a lot. So might have to borrow that from time to time.
Hey, man, I borrowed it I borrowed it from Lawrence Fishburne through the words of the Wachowski. Well, they were brothers back then. Now they're the Wachowski sisters.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because what I always heard from my grandmother, she hammered it into my head. There's good, better, and best.
Yep.
And as I had my children, I said there's good, better, and best, and there's great, and that's what you're gonna be. You know, but you got to
And it
go
takes a
through the
while,
trials
but
first.
everybody gets there. Everybody gets there.
Phew.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Oh, you best believe it does. It ain't gonna come. Listen, like they say, Rome was not built overnight, baby.
Nah, man. But it's funny because
Nah.
like with experience and like for myself, it's like how dumb could I have been? Like certain things that were like so simple, but just like hard headed for whatever reason, like
Mm-hmm.
saving money when I was younger. My mom's like, at least a dollar, son. It's like, mom, if I die tomorrow, I ain't taking it with me. Man, if I'd just at least saved the dollar, it would have saved me a lot of headaches. Hard headed like a
Absolutely.
mug.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hard headed like a mother. Excuse my language.
Let me tell you what, man. Every broken bone I had, I learned from being a bit stubborn. The jaw, the legs, my leg twice, my collarbone, you know, everything. The
Knock
jaw
on
was
wood. I've
the
never broken a bone. Knock on wood. I've never broke. Thank God. I've never broken one. I heard it's painful. I heard it's quite painful when you break a bone.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that when you get hit in the mouth with a skateboard is a bit painful.
Oof, ouch. Yeah. The only time I broke anything that's remotely like a bone was my skull, but I knocked out, so I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah.
You know. So.
But yeah, man, I was sitting around today because usually what I do is I try to read at least 40 pages a day or at least for a total of a half an hour in the morning and then a half an hour at night, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, and then at least and then I gotta stop saying try. I listen to positive affirmations because they give me what I need. They feed me, right?
Mhm.
Because I can't come on here and just make stuff up out the blue because you'll feel that.
I've
And I
been trying to
just,
tell people that, but
yeah.
they don't want to listen. They like to make up shit out the blue.
Mm-mm.
What are you gonna do?
No, you gotta take this like not so much like a job, like this is yours and you own it. So you take it personal.
Yeah, yeah.
You
No
know,
facts. Hey, man,
yeah,
you
you,
preach
you
to the
take it
choir on that
personal.
one, Troy.
I have my name on this, so no one could tell me that, hey, that I'm hiding. I'm right here, you know?
Facts, facts. Even like, because like my name is obviously not Puro, but like still,
Mm-hmm.
like literally, it's like I know it's me.
Yeah.
If anybody know, I know it's me. You know, so
Everybody knows who you are. You
like literally.
used to watch Cheers?
Of course. Back in the day, yeah,
Oh, okay, so you're Norm. Remember he used to walk into the bar? Norm, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Well,
remember.
that's you. That's
Oh,
you. So I was making a comment about my daughters, and we used to
mm,
always talk Sunday afternoons after Power. We watch Power Saturday night earlier,
mm,
right? And then
yes, sir.
we after church we talk about Power, and she'd be like, "Well, he did this and he did that," and I had to break some things down to her, right? And then
Mm,
she would tell me about because she's a nurse, right?
okay,
And
okay.
she works in the hospital. So she was like, "Yeah, there's this heart surgeon, and and he's been calling for me to work with him, and he's always flirting with me, and he gave me these tickets. What was that play a few years ago that you couldn't get tickets to? It was like a hip hop opera
Which
or
one?
whatever.
Hamilton?
Hamilton, right?
Okay.
He gave her
I figured.
tickets to that when they were impossible to get. You know that?
Oh, well, there it is, bruh.
Yeah, and so he was like, "Yeah, I'll pick you up in a limo and we'll go and da da da. You don't got to worry about nothing." And so she was like, I don't trust that because you always taught me that most men start at this level when they first meet you, and they at least try to get you to another level, right?"
Hmm.
He just jumped out and started at this level.
He wanted to make an
So
impression, though, like just devil's
yeah, he
advocate,
made
though.
an
Devil's
impression, but
advocate. He wanted to make an impression too. He could have.
but then
I
I
don't know.
but then I asked her, what do you know about him outside the fact of his name and what he does?
Okay, I got you.
Nothing.
There it is.
I said, well, there you are. You're getting, yeah, you're getting hypnotized by his wallet.
Mhm. But then, too, devil's
Yeah.
advocate, because I always do it as shit. Troy, so excuse my language again. Devil's
Mm-hmm.
advocate. How you gonna get to know him unless you like go outside of the work? And I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that to say like maybe she's just not interested. Sometimes it's just you get a feeling you just I'm just not interested. And the
Well,
guy's gotta have to take that lump because I've taken those lumps. Every
well,
guy's taking those lumps. You
if
know.
she was interested, she wouldn't be talking to me.
That's the thing. That's the thing. But sometimes like it takes experience, man or woman, to like literally like
Mm-hmm.
'cause some people could just be rude or just like they know how to do it in a way where like make it clear. Nah, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
but some like literally like they beat around the bush, that's that and the other. You give the guy hope, or you give the girl hope. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be
Yeah.
clear and cut, clear and
Yeah.
concise.
Yeah. Because I told her the truth. I said, don't step into this and just think that you're gonna go out with him and do this and do that because he's gonna expect something. Be honest with him, so there'll be no coming to Jesus moment after the man spends so much money because no man gonna spend a bunch of money and not want nothing.
Exactly.
She's like, well, he's not like that. I said, bullshit.
I
I
mean,
said,
he could
I
invite you
said,
to a Starbucks coffee and still had the same effect. But he just want Hamilton. I mean, like, but that takes
yeah,
experience, you know.
yeah, because Hamilton came to Baltimore at one point, and from DC to Baltimore, and it was impossible to get those tickets.
Mm,
Impossible. So
mm,
I could imagine how much he paid to get them.
yeah,
Then
pretty
he
penny.
then he said he was gonna pick her up in a limo, and I'm like, really? I said, be
Trying to make an
careful.
impression, bruh. But I think he should have been like, hey, man, you're reaching. Like, you're already like, yeah, man. You'd have to
Well,
get to Hamilton, if she was interested.
well, like I told her to be careful.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah.
said, hey, if push come to shove, see if you can get another ticket, man, and have one of your brothers going
Yeah.
to the play with you. But
No,
but
facts,
she's
facts. Exactly.
but she's 6'1", like 180, so she can take care of herself pretty much.
Hey,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm pretty sure she can, but like I told my sisters, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
the youngest. I got
Mm-hmm.
3 sisters. I'm the youngest. But like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
told my sisters, I know you guys are not no pushover, just like my mom. But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, don't put me in a situation where I got to ruin my life because
Right.
you were a little
Right.
too tough when you could have just asked. It doesn't say you have to ask another man for help. You could have asked a friend, female friend, but just don't
Mm-hmm.
get into a situation where like I got to ruin my life because like somebody does something to you, I'm ruining my life, and they understood. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but she's always been sharp and smart, you know. And I taught her how to fight since she was 3. I was there
There it
throwing
is.
punches at her and tied these. I had 2 chairs. I brought them in the living room, put some space between them, and I tied a rope onto the 2 chairs, and I had her going up and under, and I was hitting her with the pillow while she was going up and under.
There it is.
And then after a while, I showed her how to throw shots to the body, and she started hitting so hard I had to put the pillows on my side, right?
Hmm.
Because she's heavy-handed, much like she comes her mother's side of the family is very heavy-handed, right?
Okay, okay.
It's not like my family can't punch, but her side of the family are heavy-handed country folk. So yeah, but then with my sons it's different now. They're in their 20s. They're coming to me talking to me about their future and businesses. Like one of them, he's talking to me about the Air Force, which it makes sense because his grandfather and grandmother both were in the Air Force. So
Hmm.
it's like legacy, you know?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
And he has the brain to pass the test. And the other one now, he's created this he wants to do clothing and he took a name that I came up with years ago and
Hmm.
I copywrote it, but I don't want to say it because I want him to copyright it for
Yeah, no,
himself
for
and
sure. You don't want
trademark
to give
it.
it away. Yeah, man.
But I'm amazed that at 23 he actually held on to that since he was 10. I told him about all that stuff I was doing with that name,
Yes,
and
sir.
I told him that when he was 10 years old. And here he is 23 telling me that he gonna take the name now and make it his own, you know?
Yeah, that
He
meant
just
he was serious at 10. You know, like it wasn't a
yeah,
fancy. He was serious about it. He never forgot.
yeah, he just I mean to me personally it's not really the age thing. If you listen enough to children and you plant the seeds early and you watch them,
Hmm.
just keep feeding them and that'll empower them to stay focused and to keep going. Like you have like at my church, there's a 7-year-old who comes in there, right?
Hmm.
Him and his brother. This 7-year-old gets on the drums and plays like a professional, right? He jumps on the keyboard. You think you're listening to Stevie Wonder. That boy is that nice at 7.
Nice.
So that means somebody saw his love for this thing and didn't brush him off, right?
Okay. Okay.
They just empowered him and taught him and he just did his thing, you know?
Yeah. Right. He
Yeah,
pursued it.
because he's 7, but when you hear him, if you don't see who's playing, you'll think it's a grown man that they paid to play.
All right.
That's how
I
good it
got you.
yeah.
No, I understand. That's how good he is.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's like an older
Prodigy.
gentleman with experience. Well, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, definitely a prodigy.
Yeah, kind of like my son when he was like my middle son when he was 6,
Hmm.
he could draw and then he could go past a building. Let's say he could go into his school and draw his whole classroom, brick for brick, everything, even the people in the classroom. And you would think that some grown ass artist did it, but he did it just off sight.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and I
I mean, everybody's
yeah,
got that special quality. You know, everybody's a prodigy at something. Like me, I'm a prodigy at screwing up. You know, I'm an expert at that.
nah,
Like literally, I
you,
have I'm blessed by the Lord with that.
nah, you are a tech guy, so you just need your focus. You need something you can focus on, just like every other savant out there, because you get bored quick.
Yeah, that there you go. See, like spot on. That is exactly what it is.
The only way I know that because I was like that, but they called me hyper and retarded back in the day because I couldn't,
Same thing. Same thing. Same
yeah,
thing.
I
Same,
couldn't sit still. I would be
yeah.
playing drums on the desk, like, but they never thought to think maybe we should put them in class and teach them how to play the drums because back then they had shop class. You could learn music and a lot
Yeah.
of stuff, right?
Yeah. For a trade or
So
something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So when I got to junior high school, they put me in music, but they had me up there trying to sing, and like I
Mhm.
told her. Because my voice was big like this at 15, right?
Yeah.
So she just assumed I could sing, the music teacher. And I'm like, I can't sing a lick. She's like, yeah, you can. And then eventually she put me way in the back of the class and said, sing from there.
Right. Right. Nah, but I hear you on that because like my sister has the same thing, bruh. But now
Hmm.
like they don't call it hyper or anything. They try to put the spectrum or autism on it. You know,
There
and
you
like
go. There
And
you
and
go.
like literally for me, it's like, damn, man, like I don't want her to go through the same things I went through. But the good thing is like I'm trying to take it for the positive. I'm gonna use all my experiences, good and bad, from when I was a kid and help her out, you know?
Yeah, because they label my oldest son artistic, but his mind is as sharper than mine is sharper than my mind right now. I mean, when I was his age, my mind was quick. But
Mhm.
I went to see him the other day, and I said we're gonna make a movie called the time of our lives. He said, nope,
Mhm.
we gonna make a movie. This is the time of our lives, and I was like, wow. He just popped up with that title, which is better than mine, just like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then he started breaking it down like, yeah, you could create this character, Dad. We'll create that character, and you know how to do that. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be giving you advice,
Yeah, right.
right?
Hey, man.
Yeah, man. That's the part I like
Better
about
than
being.
other things he could be doing, like getting into mischief or stuff like that. Yeah.
They already went through that portion of their life. If you go through my videos and watch the interviews I had with two of my sons, they'll break it down as to what foolishness they were doing. Nothing major, just
Yeah, well,
foolishness.
kid stuff, I'm sure.
Ah, yeah, I got yeah,
Adolescence, we all go through it. We all go through it, man. But
yeah.
yeah,
That's that.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say that prayer saved them. That and sometimes you have to put the fear of Jesus in them.
Mhm. No, for sure, for sure. And sometimes even like I'm telling you from personal experience, that's why I joke that my I'm a prodigy. Excuse me, a prodigy and messing up. Uh,
Mhm,
it's just hard headed, bro. Like literally, like some take long. Like me, it just took a while. It could have been the hyperactivity as they called it back then, spectrum as they
mhm.
call it now. Whatever the case may be, it's just some mileage may vary, man. That's what it
They
is.
just want to they just want to drug you up right now, and I don't like that.
That they tried to drug me up when I was a kid. Like literally, they tried to suggest that I put my daughter on some type of thing, and I'm like, nah. Just like my mother did with me, but do with her. Like literally,
Mm-hmm.
medicine did nothing for me. I'm sure it's not gonna do nothing for them. And it's unfortunate because it's like kids get ostracized sometimes and like misdiagnosed. Like literally, like that's why like I've been talking to like her doctor, her pediatrician or whatever, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
she's like an older pediatrician, and I'm like, has anything changed in that field, in the field of like hyperactivity, in that field? I'm like, nothing has changed.
Nothing.
School level, nothing. Like literally, like
You
and
know
it's
they still
frustrating
shock
because
people, right?
I still remember. I'm sorry.
No, no, but you know they still shock people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Which does, I mean, like literally, it's just crazy. And then, it's just like I just remember myself just being so
uh,
frustrated. And at the end of the day, and my daughter's 6, so she's quickly realizing it too. And then, like literally, I
mm-hmm.
try to tell her, you're gonna realize, like me when I was a kid, is that you're gonna prove them all wrong because all they all see you like you're gonna end up like being a homemaker or something. You're gonna prove them all wrong just like I did. You know because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, for whatever reason, that field or I don't know, maybe know what it is, especially when it comes to kids that are hyperactive, is
Mm-hmm.
that the teachers or whoever, parents, what it is very frustrating with
Yes.
those kids because they need is patience is what they need, and what it is that it's they're human, so they get frustrated, and it's like they rather put a label and try to like literally just try to find some band-aid than actually like find different techniques to like you know because like for like literally like the hyperactivity kids like they get into so much trouble because like they literally like to this day I can't stop moving. That's how I am. Like people when they first meet me, I'm like, you got ants in your pants or whatever. I'm like, damn, I've been hearing that my whole life.
Yeah, because I was like that, man. I was very hyper. Hell, when I was younger, I used to try to race the bus. And I would lie. I say that I won, but yeah, but the bus is at the red light. So of course I could beat the bus if it's at the red light, right?
Right.
But yeah, I was just like that, man. I feel bad for all these children that they
Yeah, me
because
too.
all these kids are gifted. You just have to find what their strengths are because in all reality, most kids with autism are not violent. They're just beautiful souls that see the world a little different than we do, right?
That's all it is, bro. It's like,
But what the teachers aren't taught is to how to find that thing in them. They're
mhm,
just taught to teach one way
exactly.
and and you know you can't teaching is not one size fits all. Like I'm visual,
Exactly. I
right?
still do that. Yeah, I'm visual as well.
Yeah,
So you know,
yeah,
you're hyper. You know. Yeah.
yeah. I'm very visual. Like I have a camera, I have a photographic memory. So if I go somewhere, I take pictures in my mind,
I know
right?
you. I know that. I know.
So this way I don't get lost when I come back there again.
Yeah.
I don't. And something will ring my bell. Something like I remember seeing people I haven't seen in years, and as soon as I see their face, I'm like, I know you. And then they say hi, Troy, and then I would have to act like I know who they are until they say their name or say something, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I totally
Yeah,
understand. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then like
but
especially when you're like when you're doing certain things like when you start going like say junior high. Like me, I was never a
hmm
notes taker. Like I never took notes. And like literally
wow,
like I remember getting like scolded. Like what
hmm
that's why you're not doing well. It's like you're not taking notes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like literally, I don't need to take notes. Like, okay, maybe you need to write everything down to remember what you're teaching me. Like I don't. Like literally, like you say it, I remember it. And then I remember as a uh, certain instances as a young man, they try to test you. They're like, "Oh, okay, you're just full of shit." What did I say? Da, 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 da. Literally, okay. And then they get annoyed. Then they get annoyed because you prove them wrong. Like I still remember those like yesterday.
Yeah, me too. Because funny enough, when I took out, well, I was going to ITT at one point, right?
Hey, me too.
Yeah,
Actually, I
see, yeah,
graduated ITT. I graduated from ITT actually.
I didn't. I had some issues and I had to stop going, right?
No worries, no worries. I went to CLC. I
So
don't know if you remember that, Troy.
no, no, no. But the thing
Your
is,
learning center was called. My bad. My bad.
okay, yeah. But the thing is with me is that I could only understand the math if I did it my way. I couldn't explain
Mm,
it to anybody, right?
I understand.
So
Hardly bread. Trust me.
when the teacher used to tell me to come up to the class and explain how I got the answer before everybody else, I couldn't do it. And he tried to force his way of doing it on me,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it.
Troy, trust me.
So
I 100%
yeah,
understand because like math, I hate math to this day.
me too.
Even though I went into IT, because like literally like it was the one subject, like the other subjects came like natural, like they weren't very hard, other subjects.
hmm
But math is like one subject I applied myself. I mean, I really tried, Troy. Like Troy, when I changed
hmm
careers at the start of the pandemic, when I went to a UAI to become an electrician apprentice,
Okay.
I had to take pre-algebra, the basic of the what they give you in community college, the basic
Yes.
um,
hmm
pre-algebra courses. Literally, that was the first time in my life I ever passed a math class in my entire life. I never passed a math class in elementary, in junior high, in high school, when I was in college, never for because it's like literally for whatever reason, math is extremely difficult for me. But I was proud. And it's funny, I passed by the skin of my teeth.
That's
But I
that's
was that
because you
was a
probably
proud
work
moment
on
for
the
me
other
though. That's a
side of your
proud moment for
brain.
me though.
Yeah, that's probably because you work on the other side of your brain. You're probably better at English and writing and different creative stuff like that, right?
I never really had issues with any other subject but math, man. And it was the one
Me
subject that I
too.
remember telling my parents, like I remember telling my mom, my dad, I've tried that mom. I'm not even joking with you. Yeah, the other ones I goof off, but I really try math. I just for whatever reason I can't. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's the same with me too. I mean, I could figure out the simple math, right?
Mhm.
I could figure out all that by myself. When I got to algebra, all the letters and all that stuff was trying to confuse me, and then I kind of figured out a way to get it, but I couldn't explain it to you.
Yeah, I feel
I could.
that's how I eventually got it myself, but I couldn't explain to you either.
Yeah, I could not. I couldn't break it down. Like if my kids come to me right now for help with algebra, I'm like, man, you SOL. Your daddy can't.
That's all like
Yeah.
and you know what? My daughter, I'm like, I already see she's hyper. Like I'm not a psychologist. The experts only can't even diagnose her right. I already know she's got what I got. But
Yeah.
one of the thank the Lord, like she's actually showing she's showing what do they call it? Aptitude in math. Like she's showing
Okay.
that's one of
Okay.
her
Good.
that's one of her it looks like it's gonna be one of her best subjects. I'm not thank God.
Okay. It sounds like you got an engineer or something brewing in there.
Something. She loves science, bro. Like literally,
Yeah.
I get mad because she'd be making a mess and she'd be like literally like like, but she's 6, but like literally, like, yeah. And then my wife be getting mad because she be making a mess. I got to tell her every day, no science experiment. You want to do a science experiment? Tell dad and we'll do it together, but she's impatient, just like her daddy.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that's her creative side trying to come out, but she's 6. She don't know how to.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Yeah.
Trust me, I remember
Hmm.
those days where like they get mad at me too. But
Hmm.
at least I don't hit her. My parents will used to whoop my ass.
Yeah, that too. I got slapped in the back of the neck plenty of times.
But I never
From
held
my
held it, held
uncle.
it against my parents. They did their best.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
did
yeah.
more
My
than their
uncle
best.
was.
They literally did. They were they're better parents than I am currently. So.
Well, I tell you what, my uncle was a nurse. He was a medic in Vietnam.
Mhm.
He got the Purple Heart. Then he came home and he was a nurse, right? Then
All
he
right.
decided, well, I want to become a lawyer. So he was studying for the bar.
All right. All right.
So a lot of times he would try and teach me his homework.
Hmm.
And I'm like, bro, I'm 10. I don't get
I'm not interested in this. Yeah, sometimes just
no.
interest. Yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah, he was 30 years older than me. So when I was 10, he was 40. Yeah, but he taught me a lot because by the time I got back to school that summer, I was way ahead of everybody else as far as math goes.
Nice.
Yeah, and then English is where I excelled. But you know what happened?
Hmm.
My spelling and my grammar was terrible.
Hmm.
Uh, a teacher that I had in college finally pulled me aside. She said, "You know what? You're
Hmm.
probably the most intelligent student I have, but you have a mind that won't shut down, will it? You probably have to talk yourself down when you go to sleep." I'm like, "Yeah, how you know that?" She said, "I could tell by your writing." I would
Got chicken
mix up
scratch
word.
like me. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would just mix up words like at and dat,
Yeah.
it,
No, I
it
understand.
and is, and I would spell stuff backwards sometimes and just leave
Man,
words out altogether.
do they still call it
So
dyslexia? Because in my day they call it
yeah,
dyslexia.
yeah,
They said I was
yeah.
that too, so I remember those days.
Yeah, so she said I had all that, but she said that you're not dumb, is that you don't know how to control your mind.
I'm still
And
trying to learn, Troy. I'm still trying to learn.
yeah, so I basically, she told me about breathing and stuff like that. Like when I was in the hospital the last time, right?
Hmm.
My mind kept me up for 24 hours. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep, right?
I still
So
suffer
I,
from
sp- I spoke to the nurse and she was like, wow, I used to have that same issue. And I know it must be crazy because I couldn't leave the bed. I was just confined. I was paralyzed from the neck down at the time,
that.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you.
So anyway, she was like, I'm gonna give you some medicine. It's gonna help you. So a week later, when she came, I said thank you because now I can sleep.
Hmm.
I literally turned off the lights, the TV. Like I couldn't watch certain things because my mind would pull it in, and then I would
Yeah, I got.
see. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, no.
it's crazy.
Trust
It's
me, I understand.
crazy. Yeah.
I
It's
still deal with
crazy
it to
how
this
it
day, and I'm
works.
45, 46.
Okay. Yeah. It's
I
just
can't turn my mind
crazy.
off. But
Yes.
throughout the years, I use it to. It's a blessing and a curse. I always say, because like
Yeah.
I dwell on things. I dwell on things, and I hate
Mm-hmm.
that about. Like especially certain things that are so trivial. I dwell on them. It annoys me. But then like also like literally like since I can't stop my mind. Literally when I'm like a fight or um
Mm-hmm.
or an outcome of anything, I literally can like run and like I wouldn't say I'm not gonna like say like oh my god I have like some special gift, but I can literally run through my mind like say 100 scenarios in like seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can
Mm-hmm.
explain it to you like how I do it, but like literally oh, how do you think? Why do you think Troy fell to the left instead of the right? Like literally, I in my head I'm like 50 ways of how I can explain that. I don't even know how it works. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, but I've used that to my advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 But this is why I don't pull away from my son. The doctors are telling me this. I'm telling them because you know what I told those doctors about my
Mm,
son, right?
yes.
I said that you're only taught to heal people's bodies. You don't think about the mind or the soul or anything. There's nothing in a hospital that's going to help your mind or soul heal. Nothing,
Yeah,
right?
because there's no
And
medicine. There's
doctors
literally no
and,
medicine for it. That's the
and
thing.
doctors don't heal people. They don't
Yeah,
heal
right.
people.
No, yeah, yeah,
No.
exactly. I don't think doctors have ever healed people.
Yeah, at least not with all this technology. No.
Yeah. No, and especially nowadays where like literally like, you got people that for I don't like I still don't understand it because like those people have always existed. But like especially now with the advent of like social media where like anybody could have a platform and literally depending on how you build your subscriber base or whatever, like you can
Mm-hmm.
literally be a total ignoramus, and I say ignoramus, but like literally just ignorant to the subject that you're talking about. But you're talking to people that are like literally like some are yearning to like believe what you believe. You get what I'm saying? It's like the guy that
Yeah,
runs our the health, the Kennedy. Like it's insane. Like
he's sick, and
like
he's in charge of health.
it's just,
Amazing.
I don't get it. I don't get. And literally, like people defend it tooth and nail. Like nah, nah, like that. Like like it has to be what he's. It's like I don't get it. Like literally, like this guy has no experience in what he's like. Not. I'm not saying that does like even like scholastic experience, but that like working experience. Like this guy is like probably never like like shadowed a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I don't understand it. It's crazy. Like those people have always
You,
existed, but in those days they were kind of just laughed at or like, oh, he's just a kook. Oh, he's just playing around. It's just his way. Now these people are like fucking developing policy.
you have more experience on his job than he does because you're a father, so you have to deal with when your child gets sick and all that, and learn
Yeah.
about this and that and the third. So you and I actually have more experience than him.
Yeah. And it drives me
Yeah.
insane, especially with my daughter, because like literally back in those days, like literally like the kooks weren't the kooks were, like, yeah, don't listen to him. We're gonna go with the guy with the medical degree. Like right now, like
Mm-hmm.
literally, like I mean, like it's trust me, that's what frustrates me about this whole thing. Is just like it's just frustrating. It's just like why are you even like what's your expertise? Oh, you work at McDonald's. So why are you giving me an opinion on why my daughter is the way she is? Like and I'm trying not to be rude. I'm like I just want to be like shut the fuck up already. Like bruh, like I don't know you. Like even own family. Like bruh, like I didn't ask you for your fucking opinion, bruh. It's funny,
Yeah.
funny and frustrating because like literally I went through it and I'm trying to help out my daughter, but it is what it is. She's gonna have to go through it just like me.
It is. Well, let me share this story with you. It actually pertains to the title, right?
Mm,
So their uncle is the same age as their sister, 35, right?
mm-hmm.
And they were born in the same month in the same year, right? So anyway, when he was younger, he was young and messing up. He was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. And one day he got stabbed, right? This was in high
Ouch.
school, right?
Ouch.
Well, the dude that stabbed him
Mm.
he had beat him up and stole his bike. So the
All
dude
right.
was actually coming back to stab his sister, but he jumped in the way, right?
Oh shit. All right.
And he was 15 at this time. And then
Uh-huh.
he lived through that, and
Mm.
then they sent him over to me for a little bit to stay, and I'm like, what are you trying to do, man? Because you can't keep going like this. You're only 15. I doubt you'll make it see 18.
You're gonna
And
burn out.
so I asked him, he was like, man, I'll be all right. So I asked him, do you love your mother? And he got pissed because he's a mama's boy.
Yeah, he thought you were insulting him. I got it. Yeah.
That's exactly what he thought. That's exactly what I wanted him to think.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I got you.
he jumped at me like he was gonna hit me, and I was way younger back then, right?
Okay.
So I just slammed him into the wall and lifted him up against the wall, and I'm like, don't you ever jump at no man like that unless you're gonna kill him because they'll kill you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna kill you because I love you, and I don't want to see you get hurt. But you have to make up your mind what you're gonna do. Are you gonna keep doing this stuff till you hurt your mother and she got to bury you, and then she gonna be in pain, and you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be here? Or you gonna like sober up? But he was in pain because see his father died at 6, and I
Mm.
was there. I was there with him that day that his father passed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we always been tight, right?
Yeah.
So years later now, fast forward when my kids were messing up, they were in their early teens, and he came over to my house with his girlfriend and his son, and he's like, look, I just want to introduce you to her, and I just want to thank you because if it wasn't for you, roughing me up sometimes, man, I'd probably be dead. You saved my life. You saved my life. And he said, I told my mother that too. Yeah, I told her exactly what you told me.
Mhm.
And but he said, look, I'm gonna tell you something, brother. If I see my nephews out here, because I was real weak at the time, right?
Mhm.
He said, "You're too proud. You don't ask for help. But if I see my nephews out here and they acting up, I'm gonna beat them down and bring them home to you." Right? I
Yeah.
said, "Nah, I can take care of it." He said, "Remember what you told me about pride and all that? This is what you're doing right now. Take the help."
Right.
So yeah, he told me I saved his life, man. I'll never forget that conversation.
That's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing when what you did like actually bear fruit. It's like
yeah.
in my lifetime, like I've helped out, try to help out a couple, non-family members, family members, for
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason, for it's not for my lack of trying or like for whatever the reason was. It's just sometimes like he was able to get there.
Yeah,
Like sometimes even like crashing them against the wall or showing them something they never seen before or something. It sometimes it's not enough.
yeah, because you know what? Life is circular. Like you see the stuff I said I did for that young man, right?
Mhm,
Somebody did it for me.
mhm.
So it's just life coming back and me paying it forward, right?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, because like I said, the man who raised me since I was two, he's not my biological father, but like I told him, I don't use the word step, I don't use the word half. You just my father. I just have two fathers. That's the way it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so he had to grab me up a couple of times when I was punching holes in the wall at the house and I was losing my temper and when I was in high school and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was a ball of anger in high school, which is why I'm glad I found boxing.
As was I. As was I.
Yeah. But
As was I.
those are the failures I talk about that I turn around and I use those lessons to help them. I mean, I used to mentor Puro, but honestly,
Mhm.
this is in Baltimore and it took a toll on my soul. All these youngsters dying at 19, 20, and I had to
Mhm.
look in their mother's eyes after. Because see, people, I used to, I try to get a boxing program up around my neighborhood with Parks and Recs,
Mhm.
and even though the school was gonna give me the space, my health is what not made them say no, right?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And I didn't have any help. If I would have had some help, I could have kept the program open, right?
Yeah.
Because it was teachers that was like, man, we got mothers here that said that they'll pay you to mentor and teach their sons how to box, and I'm like, I can't hardly even walk.
Yeah. No,
that's
and
that's that's still
Troy, like
yeah.
I could tell, like obviously, like I don't know you, like
Hmm.
like we've met, the short time that we talked online and
Hmm.
stuff, but like I mean, like it's if you were able, you would have done it. It's like
Yeah.
it was nothing on that's like you know like
Well,
it's
I
obvious.
was
It's
able.
like
I was able.
literally you're doing these lives that
Hmm.
literally one person is watching, which is me, by the way. Like
Hmm.
literally, like
and
you don't gotta be doing
Picasso
these
and
lives,
yeah.
brother. You
Huh?
literally can't be doing it. I like just you doing these lives, literally, like sometimes talking literally to yourself. Like, trust me, like that just shows, like you're not all talk. So at that
No,
time,
no, no.
like I'm just saying, like if you could think, like, yeah, I wish I could have done more, like, bro, like I'm sure you done. I should. I'm sure you. If you, I'm sure, like literally, you would have probably like death would have been there. Like death, like, you gotta wait. I'll be right back.
You
You
sound
know
like
what I'm
my
saying?
mom. Yeah, you sound like my mom. She told me to slow down. I went around to all the churches and different faiths and all that, and I was going to start a chess club, right?
Hmm.
And I had a brother that was in the neighborhood. When he was sober, he used to be a chess champion. He learned from his father, who was a drunk as well, right?
Nice, nice.
So, but when he was sober,
Hmm.
he was nice. He could beat like one of the top guy in state. That's how nice he was when he was sober,
He was a
right?
real good chess player. Reminds me of that movie called
Yeah.
Fresh. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah, yeah,
Samuel
yeah.
Jackson, like like he was a alcoholic, but he was like an excellent
Mm-hmm.
chess player. Yeah. So was
And
his
this
son.
dude, And this dude Mike was like that, man. He helped me teach.
Mm,
I actually got a book from the library and gave my sons the fundamentals,
mhm,
right? And
mm.
he took them the rest of the way where they were like second place in some chess tournament and all that. I couldn't have done that
Nice,
without him.
nice.
So I don't really look at people like, oh, he's drunk or this, he can't help nobody. If somebody is out there that can help you, you just have to get past all the muck and the mire
Yeah, yeah.
sometime.
And sometimes sometimes there ain't nobody around. You got to do it yourself. And
Yeah.
sometimes you might not make it, but sometimes it just takes a little longer. Like
Yeah, you
I don't know.
yeah.
I got all the answers, but sometimes it just takes patience and never stop trying, even when it seems like it's hopeless.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like you said, when I was with Major, we always had 100, 1,000, six, whatever showed up, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And but the thing is, we would talk after offline, and we would be like, all the stuff we do and the good conversations we have, we still have less than the people who just talk drama, who just have drama on their page. And I'm like, and we ain't gonna have no drama. I'm not doing that, right?
Hmm.
And he agreed with it. But now that it's gone, people hit me up to come back and all that. I'm like, that's on Saturdays. I do that on Saturdays. This I do because it's on my soul, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So it eventually it'll grow. I'm not gonna stop it. This is really for me because I have a habit of starting and stopping.
Hmm.
So so far I got 56 shows in. And I've only missed 3 days, and that's because I had some health issues, and sometimes I go to
Life
these
happens.
doctors.
Life happens.
Yeah, I get worn the hell out, man, and I don't want to do nothing.
Nah, man, I hear you. I feel you, man.
Mm, yeah, so that's why, man, I want my sons to come on here so bad, which will they'll come eventually. They'll come, right?
Hmm.
And then we can have these conversations, and then they'll attract younger viewers, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
We'll
And
go
and to
from
be
there.
honest, Troy, you're a pioneer, bro. Even though it's
Hmm.
like it's so brand new, like you're a pioneer. Like literally, like even though right now it's like we're going through a lot of the troubles we as a nation, and not just as a nation, but
Hmm.
as an entire planet because of this new like a form of media where like literally like well intentioned and even unwell intentioned or
Hmm.
literally people trying to say what people want to hear from money, but eventually it will come to the point where like people like you were like literally like we're starting to see, okay, this is why it kind of went this way. This is like it's just I'm pretty sure like when the printing press was first invented, I'm pretty sure they went through things like that, like that.
You can take it.
Unfortunately, it's just new frontier. It's going to take time, probably generation. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
scary
mean,
times, but scary times have always existed.
you could take something as common as the toilet paper that you can't dream about being without toilet paper, right?
Hmm.
Somebody had to invent that
Yeah,
because
facts.
they weren't wiping it behind with toilet papers. They was going into the rivers.
Shit, I remember when like
Hmm.
I had to use a payphone.
Yes, yes,
And sometimes
yes,
I'd have
yes.
change and literally had to walk my butt because I wanted to stay after school. I had to walk my butt from the bus stop all the way to home because like I couldn't call my pop to come pick me up. So I was like, and I got I ain't got the 35 cents, 25 cents, whatever it's cost. So, all right, man, my dumb ass gotta walk. Fuck it.
Yeah, and then you have to have some bounty in your pocket to cover that damn phone receiver. You did not want to put that on your anywhere
Yeah,
near your
right.
person.
Yeah, man. I still remember payphones, man.
No,
I remember that, bro.
you don't want that phone to touch you at all. You get pink ear or something. I like pink eye, but
Shit, I remember the first cell phones came out, and I remember like they were expensive. I remember one of my
and
teachers
big.
had one. I'm like, oh, you got a cell phone? That's crazy. Those are those cell phones everybody's talking about. Now everybody's got them.
Yeah, and they were big. What were they?
They're like
Motorola's.
bricks, bro. Yeah, the Motorola's or like I don't know if it was
Yeah,
Motorola was the only one that made them, but like yeah, but they're like yeah, I remember the first ones. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Because they
because
had
my
car
teacher,
phones first. Remember, they had
yeah,
car
yeah, car
phones
phones,
first.
and then they had that one. But I remember when my teacher got it, and shout out to Mr. Wilson. I don't know where he is, if he's still alive. I hope he is. One of the
Mm-hmm.
teachers that like marked me, like one of the teachers that like literally like wasn't like most of the teachers were get frustrated for whatever reason. Like literally, like he tried and he found certain ways to help me out. But yeah,
Hmm.
shout out to Mr. Wilson. But I remember that cell phone. It was one of the first ones, a brick, because like whenever I like because he did like a little deal with me. all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But if you do this, I'm gonna have to call your pops. And I remember like
Mm-hmm.
because my dad would whoop my ass. I mean, like, fuck, the officer wasn't playing. My bad. I'm sorry. Don't call pops. And sometimes, like, he had to, like, most of the times he let me cut me some slack. But sometimes he had to put his foot down because he knew, like if he kept cutting me slack, I'm gonna kept taking advantage. So yeah, I remember it's always gonna be in my head that the very first cell phones because yeah, Mr. Wilson be like, all right, hold on, Alex got a fucking, he wants to interrupt. I gotta call somebody right quick, and I'll be like, ah, shit, I fucked up. Still remember. Shout out to Mr. Wilson, man.
Yeah, man. I always remember certain things. But the things I used to complain about, I use those lessons now to teach my sons, right?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
So I guess God knew what he was doing when he put me through it, man. He put me through it. I put myself through it. But
Yeah.
now I'm thinking about if I never went through that, I'll never be able to guide them and make sure they don't jump off the cliff like their daddy did. I was the one that jumped off a cliff without the parachute, baby, because I thought I was gonna make it to the bottom.
Right.
didn't
Right. Excuse me,
didn't
Troy.
work
I
out
gotta
like
check on my
that,
daughter
man.
real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, brother. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes you do that. You jump off the cliff without a parachute. You don't know what's at the bottom. You're just young and dumb, and that's what these kids do nowadays. Young and dumb, just jumping off the cliff. No thought in their mind. No thought in their minds. But you know what? How else they gonna learn unless they go through a thing? How else are they gonna learn? I ask. Like if somebody had to fail, somebody had to do it before them and gain from the pain. This way, we won't have a cycle of it starting all over and over again. And I didn't mean to rhyme; it just happened, and there it is again. But yeah, because you'll be amazed at the things you never thought you'd be able to use to help anybody. Look at you now; you're using it. You're looking at all that pain, all that sadness. You're using it, man, and it's working. It is working. So yeah, this is why I developed this thing, man. Back in 2015 as a blog, right? And I'm grateful for it because, like he said, sometimes I'm just here talking to myself. But at the end of the day, this is God at work. So I know it's starting like this was not gonna end like this. Right? All right, brother. Edit the name again. Why is it take I see your name, Ronald, but it keeps telling me to edit name. What is going on? No, it says edit name, kick from studio, band studio. I don't want to do any of that. Why do I need to edit your name? Your name is fine. Okay, let me see. Hold on a second, Ronald. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I'm trying to fix this so you can come on every time. You and my cousin, this happens to all the time. I can't even see what I'm typing. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Hold on, Ron.
Hey,
Let me
Troy.
see if I can see.
I gotta
Yeah,
leave you. My little
yeah,
daughter's getting
man.
so hard headed right now, so I gotta go be a dad. But thank you for having me on, Troy, and I'll see you on the next one.
No problem, brother. I'm trying to get brother Ronald on here, but it's telling me to edit his name again.
Sure, you're right. Sure, you're right. But I'll catch you later, Troy. Peace.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Hey, no worries. Thank you.
All right, I saved you. Now let's see if I get you on. Ah, why are you telling me to ban this brother from here? I don't know why it does that. Hey, Ronald, are you on? If you're on Facebook, right? Go to my page on Facebook. It's Troy. It's Troy Graham on Facebook. You'll see my. You'll see the words. I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. Then you'll see a big house as my profile picture. See if you could log on from there, cause I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I've been trying to get you up here, but I have no idea why it won't let me do it. Yeah, hold on. I'll do something else. I don't know why it does that. Let me see if I can do it from my phone. Try to click on again. I'm gonna see if I can do it from my phone. See if I can bring you up from my phone instead of the iPad. Cause I don't know what's going on. Here I am trying to do something. All right, let me see. I'm going in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.